Beer here back in the fantasy bar. 6 games on the docket. We've got 6 plays ready for you on FanDuel and DraftKings, including my favorite value play under 4K on this site. One game I want to load up on in particular, a few mid-range plays I feel are underpriced with some big-time upside, and a beast in the night and an absolute smash spot you're going to want to pay up for. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Hope everybody out there had a great weekend, exciting day of NFL action yesterday, but we are here to talk NBA, 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you for stopping by the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Before we get to the plays, if you enjoy hanging out in the Fantasy Bar, do us a favor, take a second, click that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content. All right, let's get into it here. Couple notable injuries to watch here tonight. If we have to make any adjustments, as always, we will do so in that YouTube comment section. Let's get rolling here at power forward center with Al Horford of Boston. Now, Celtics, both Jason Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis listed as questionable tonight. So I like Horford regardless. I like him a lot more. If one of these guys misses, love him if both of these guys happen to miss this game tonight. We know the production been up and down, so more of a GPP play here, but I love the ceiling that we get, especially in this matchup with a team like Indiana. Doesn't play a ton of defense. Went for 36 in this matchup just a couple days ago. No team giving up more production to the power forward position than Indiana on the season. So even if both those guys are in, I like Horford. 1, 2 are out. We love Al Horford. Good spot here tonight against the Pacers. All right, shooting guard, small forward up next with Chris Middleton of Milwaukee. So Damian Lillard, one of the biggest injuries here tonight, and that's going to put Chris Middleton in more of a playmaker type role here for the Milwaukee Bucks. We know he's going to score. We know the rebounds are there, and we've seen some big assist games out of Chris Middleton, so expect to see him with the ball in his hands even more here tonight without Lillard. That assist bet, one of the ones I would be looking at if you are betting props here tonight in the NBA. And a couple down games here for Chris Middleton. One bad game, one game they monitored his minutes, only played 15 minutes, but that has driven the price back down to the $7,000 price point. Anyone that's just a box score watcher, we know a lot of newer players, that's all they're looking at. What have you done for me lately? That's going to help us out a little bit here on ownership. But before that, 6 straight games with 33 or more DraftKings points and a good matchup here with Utah. Bottom 10 in fantasy points allowed to both shooting guards and small forwards. And Chris Middleton, one of the best values on the slate tonight in the mid-range, with easily one of my favorite plays on the board. All right, let's go to the other side of the game with some correlation at point guard, shooting guard with Colin Sexton of the Jazz. So another buy low here. We're getting the lowest price we've gotten on DraftKings in almost a month on Colin Sexton, back under 6K here. So let's take advantage on this buy low. A guy that's given us both a cash game floor that we can bank in and a ceiling that we are looking for in tournaments. Only 3 times in the last 15 games has this guy dipped under 29 DraftKings points, and we know plenty of 40-point games and that kind of upside here with his game. Both of these teams love to play fast. This is certainly a game you're going to want to target here tonight. Big total, both top 6 in the NBA in pace, and Milwaukee struggling with point guards, bottom 5 in fantasy points allowed. Solid spot and a great price here tonight on Colin Sexton. All right, one more play out of the game, back to the Milwaukee side with some value at shooting guard, small forward with Marjan Beauchamp of the Bucks. So we mentioned Damian Lillard going to be out. Cameron Payne also going to be on the sidelines here tonight. So yes, Chris Middleton going to do some of the heavy lifting there as far as ball handling goes, but I'm expecting Beauchamp's role to really grow here for the Bucks. And these secondary Milwaukee pieces, there's quite a few of them I like, whether it's Beauchamp, Andrew Jackson. I think these guys are going to get some run here tonight. So mix and match some of this Bucks value in your lineups. We don't have a ton of value on this slate. I think this is one spot you can certainly mine some gold here. Huge total here for the Milwaukee Bucks, only behind the Thunder on the board. And whether this game is competitive or not, some of the worry with a guy like Giannis, does this game stay competitive paying that kind of price? We don't have as much of that worry with a guy like Chris Middleton. We're just not paying that kind of price. But whether this game's competitive or ends up being a blowout, I think you see Beauchamp in regardless of either of those two scenarios. So great value here, no matter how this game goes. Easily my favorite value play on tonight's slate. All right, small forward, power forward next, back to the mid-range with Denny Avdia of Washington. So Avdia solid for us the other night. He's been solid for us most of the season. So let's go right back to the well here. Wide, mid-range price and a guy that can get it done in so many different ways, hitting all of the categories. In his last 5 games, we're talking 4 more assists in 4 of those games, a couple 6-assist games, 10 or more rebounds in 3 of his last 5 games. We know the scoring will be there as well. That's now 40 or more DraftKings points in 3 of the last 5 games. Big total in this game at 247.5. I think Avdia balls out here, shows his all-around ability. I think Washington can stay close in this game. Give me some Danny Avdia here on Monday night. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play. All you got to do, click that thumbs up button, then head to the comment section and guess fantasy points on FanDuel tonight. For my Beast of the Night, whoever's got the closest guess in fantasy points, you're going to win yourself an absolutely free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out in the fantasy bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play for Monday night. You know, Matt's the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We've stayed in the mid-range. We've saved you some money so we can spend up here at point guard with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Thunder, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now let's look at the 2 sites here. DraftKings down at 10,400 feels way too cheap for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. FanDuel up at 11.8, so a big price to pay here. Love him on DraftKings. Really like him over on FanDuel. I think you can make it work, as we'd expect some value to open up here throughout the day, plus that Milwaukee value we can target at the guard position. But SGA just been a scoring machine, 30 or more points now in 13 of his last 15 games, 50 or more DraftKings points in all of those games. Washington giving up the 5th most points per game to the point guard position, 3rd most assists to this spot, and 2nd most fantasy points here. So great spot here. Love the correlation with some Washington pieces, specifically Denny Avdia, but SGA, whether you correlate or not, smash spot here. MVP candidate, pay the money. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, my favorite play on the board, and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Monday 6-pack. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, you know where to find me. Hit me up in that YouTube comment section along with your guess. Fantasy points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on FanDuel for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. You can follow me on Twitter as well if you ever have any questions, at Beermakersfan. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out here in the fantasy bar. Good luck on tonight's slate, and we will see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist